Okay.
Okay.
I'm awake.
Ish.
Hello and welcome to the ParkStop. Wait, I can't see my little waveform.
Well, it's going.
Do you see it?
I see a waveform.
It's annoying that I can't see it. Hello and welcome to the ParkStop podcast. My name is Alicia Stella. With me as always is my co-host Ian.
Hey kids, she's gonna edit that.
Yeah, it's already been edited out. And today we are catching up on some Universal theme park news, especially Universal Studios Hollywood. We don't talk about too much, but I figured now would be a good time to catch up on some of that supposed roller coaster talk.
Good talk about roller coasters.
Roller coaster.
Roller coaster?
Yeah.
Roller coaster. Oh, sorry.
You know what is opening, and we definitely know for sure is opening? Super Nintendo World.
Not Tron.
No, Super Nintendo World. We're talking about Universal Parks.
Oh yeah.
If we have time, we'll get to some Orlando, some news around from our neck of the woods.
Yay, Super Nintendo World.
But Super Nintendo World is opening early 2023.
That's good.
Over in Hollywood.
That's good. I like that.
Some people still think it'll soft open as early as January. I noticed what looks like Toad's Cafe is getting its mushroom entrance put together.
Shape.
Yeah, and that's really good news because I was worried that they wouldn't be getting the Toad's Cafe.
Oh, that would be sad.
Well, I know they're getting some interactive stuff. They're going to have the power-up bands, and there's not much room for stuff there, so...
That's pretty cool. I would have been sad. I actually am looking forward to Toad's Cafe from, the Japan stuff. It looks fun and interesting and silly.
Well, and here's the thing, too, about Hollywood and the layout and how weird it is. You can't trust that anything that is what it is in Japan will be what it is in Hollywood because the Mount Beanpole is the entrance for the Yoshi ride in Japan. Yep. But in Hollywood, it looks like it's just going to be an entrance to the queue to go upstairs to get into the queue for Mario Kart.
Oh, what's that?
They're going to have a Yoshi animatronic, but it's going to be on your way upstairs. Like you're just going to pass by like, hey, Yoshi, what's up? And then you go upstairs and then you get into line. Like it's a queue to the queue, if that makes sense.
Can I have a Yoshi? Well, I'm going past the Yoshi.
We thought
I want a Yoshi.
We thought like maybe there's like a special Yoshi meet and greet or some kind of Yoshi interactive game. No, it's a staircase to upstairs. That's all it is.
Yay, staircases with a Yoshi. I still want the Yoshi though. Can I have the Yoshi?
I mean, at least they still got a Yoshi animatronic, I guess. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
And there's another one outside on top of the mountain. So two Yoshis.
We're good. That's two Yoshis. That's one for me and one for them.
Yeah. My brain's trying to make a joke out of it. Like two Yoshis in the bush is as good as one.
Oh, jeez.
I got nothing.
Man.
So Super Nintendo World opening next year, technically just a few months away, but that could kickstart a very long series of attractions opening, maybe one a year for quite a while at Hollywood because they are ramping up for the 2028 Olympics in LA. That's
pretty cool. So that's good news for Hollywood. We had that for a little while.
I mean, not the Olympics. No, that's...
No. The one ride a year, though. They want to
Yeah, until this year. Yep. Although, Escape Room, come on. That counts, right?
It counts.
No, it doesn't.
I will count it. No, I will count it because I like escape rooms. You don't have to, though.
It's an upcharge. It doesn't count if it's an... All right,
fine. Jeez. Better than not being there at all.
Let's just talk about the roller coaster.
Okay. Is this the Fast and Furious roller coaster?
Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift.
Oh, excuse me. I am so sorry. I did not mean to forget that part.
So we broke this news originally back in May. I think it was May 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I actually talked about it with patrons a little bit before that, like a month or two before that.
Something like that.
And it came up because there had been a concept for a roller coaster up around the hillside between the upper and lower lot. There had been rumors for years. And then I heard that it was greenlit and that it's something that was kicking around before a pandemic. And then now that they're getting back on track with Super Nintendo World, they were actually going to greenlight it. So I did the story and no one believed it.
For shame, all of you.
But so the roller coaster manufactured by Intamin.
Mm-hmm.
since the original story, I've gotten some things confirmed-ish. um, the entrance and the queues on the upper lot, replacing the animal actors and the special effects show. I remember months ago we were talking. It's like get your last, go see the special effects show while it's open for a special engagement. Like it's temporarily reopening because this might be your last chance. And the roller coaster is going to like zoom all the way down to the lower lot and then launch back up.
That's
And
pretty cool.
it's supposedly supposed to open summer 2024. None of this is confirmed. Absolutely none.
I hope it's what happens. Well, that sounds pretty cool. From the upper lot to the lower lot and then back up. That's pretty cool.
3 pieces of concept art were recently posted on the rumor aggregator website Screamscape.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to confirm a lot of this information. The name Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift is in the concept art. The ride location appears to be right there where those 2 shows are, to the left of the escalators and Simpsons. And this is probably, the art is probably from pre-pandemic, maybe 2019, which is like around when they were planning this before they shelved it. And so it might have changed. Like if you're looking at this art, the actual ride experience may be different, like than it looks in the art. You can't trust concept art. But then again, not. Universal didn't even release this. They have a tendency to release concept art after they've already changed it to match what they're actually building.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, they don't really announce things until it's built either. So.
Well, they released concept art for Epic Universe that's like 90% accurate, and the only reason it's not is because they recolored things to trick us.
90%. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wait. So what's going on with the building where the tram goes through for the Fast and Furious section? Do we know?
Wait, what? Oh no! Hold on! Don't get ahead of me.
Okay,
don't get ahead of me.
Sorry. I had a minute to think. I should stop thinking. I'm sorry.
How dare you? How dare you? I was clearing my throat. You cannot think while I clear my throat. Let me drink some more of this acidic beverage.
You're like on the verge of doing one of your impressions.
Who?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I do remember. I just don't want it to happen. It'll happen by itself. It's almost Doofenshmirtz.
Oh, okay. If I had a nickel for every time. Okay,
I felt it coming. All right, go ahead.
I remember growing up in the old country.
Oh man.
This is supposed to be a drifting coaster. It's like a spinning coaster. It's pretty much Cosmic Rewind, but outside and stretched out. Like probably someone just stretched it out. Hey,
I said it.
Yeah, probably. So it's it's going to drift by having powered rotation so that it can accentuate curves. And if you look at the concept art, it looks like you're riding around in cars, like it's a train of cars.
That's pretty cool.
The concept art has it like with underlighting, so it's like street racing cars.
Oh.
Like the first movie. Remember the first movie?
Yeah, I remember the first. It's like the European and the Asian cars that have the lights underneath.
So I like the idea of the accentuating a turn, making it feel like you're drifting around the turns. It'll probably inform the way that the ride layout is, especially on the lower lot, where it's gonna like instead of doing ups and downs and inversions or whatever, maybe it'll be more turning tight corners and things. But we'll see.
I'll be happy if the cars all move on their own so that you see what you're supposed to see, so you don't get sick.
Oh no, we're gonna get sick on this. It's a multi-launch coaster.
I'm old.
And one launch is gonna have to start all the way down at the bottom of the hill and bring us back up to the load station. So very good chance that last launch will be faster than Velocicoaster.
That's cool. I also like that you're saying us and we, like we're gonna go on it anytime soon.
I don't know. This might be like I wasn't even planning to go for Super Nintendo World now that it's later and things have my plans have been ruined. Thanks World. But this one might move the needle. I might I don't know. I can wait for Super Nintendo World till Epic Universe opens. This is one of its kind. This is I think if it's really gonna be that fast, it's like worth the coaster credit. All of a sudden now it's like, oh, hold on. This thing's a little serious now. It's an actual it's a real roller coaster.
I was thinking that if the drift is better than Cosmic Rewind, it would be worth it too, personally.
Cosmic Rewind is unique. That's what I'm gonna say. That way, I'm not offending anyone. It's unique.
It's
It's got a feeling all to its own.
It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. But anyway,
Yeah, I think this fast launch could justify its existence. I
that's
think
cool.
there's also like a spike in the art. I'm curious. It's like curved. I think Tommy called it a scorpion tail at some point.
Oh, Tommy.
I wonder if the point of that was to point you down, because like you're looking at it from the front in the concept art, and it's
Yeah.
like it's not that high up. It's like the Hagrid spike. On the other side, though, where it's trying to point you, if you're looking down, you got like 100 and something foot drop down the
Yeah,
hill.
that's
Like
crazy.
that. It's like the difference between riding Dumbo and Astro Orbiter. And Astro Orbiter is a little scary. So I wonder if that spike will point us down when it drifts.
I hope so.
We planned to record this podcast before we even saw this concept art because there was a permit for this coaster, or only what I could assume is this coaster, given the description that's on the permit. The description that I will read in a moment. It's Project 409. It was Sal, our very own Sal, in the theme park stop Discord,
Sal,
who found this permit and many other permits, the Jupiter's Claim Nope thing for the tram tour, other permits, which are all gone now. I tweeted out this permit because it had such a very specific description, and I'm like, whoa, this confirms the Fast and Furious coaster. Again, this was before the concept art came out. And it got like shared a lot, and then Sal noticed that the description had disappeared off the permit, and hundreds of permits for Universal from decades disappeared off of the public website.
That's crazy.
So, oops.
That's your fault.
It's not my fault.
Why you gotta cause trouble?
I tweeted it, so it is my fault.
Sort of.
So the description for Project 409, isn't that a spray that you clean your kitchen counters with?
No, is it? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is a cleaning spray. Okay. Yep.
The description is:
it's also a car engine.
Load unload building and an outdoor coaster that starts from upper lot and will descend toward the lower lot along the hillside in front of the Fire Station 51 and back up and loop around the Starway Escalator number 1. And
I like how you went into announcer voice. It's great.
I'm reading this and I'm like, it could just say like attraction construction or something. It doesn't have to be that specific. It sounds, honestly, it sounds like the description from my video in May. Like that's how I described it, except I didn't mention the fire station. I even said looped, like going over the escalator. So
sounds cool. It sounds very fun.
But this permit is for geotechnical investigation.
Geotechnical investigation.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what that means, but my fear is that they're testing whether or not the mountainside can hold a roller coaster. So I don't want to put the cart before the horse here. Like, yes, they may have greenlit the project. Yes, they want to build it. They've allocated budget for it. But if the hillside can't handle it, they're not going to be able to build it.
It's fine. It's fine.
I imagine it'll have minimal theming, but I do know that because everyone's always asking me, or they're telling me there's no way they can build a roller coaster because sound will travel and the local residents won't allow it, or filming won't be able to happen outside if there's people screaming. To which I always reply, people are screaming on the hippogriff. Don't tell me. Trust me, every time that Jurassic World splashdown happens, there are some screams. Like
for sure.
If they need to, they can close an attraction if they're filming nearby. But also they're smart about the way they build things, and they try to block sound whenever possible. Like Jurassic World is positioned in such a way that it bounces the sound out toward the theme park area and away from the back lot. So there might be different things to help block sound for this attraction.
Easily. And I mean, as far as light thing, I mean, it's cars on a road. Like, what are you going to, they're not going to build a city. Like, what do you expect for theming?
No,
It's fine. It's
I
fine.
think the parking garage facade, I wonder if they'll just take it right, like the supercharged building, just strip all that theming off the walls
Probably
on the tram tour and just stick it on like on the route for the coaster. I think it'd be neat if they don't have to have tall supports for most of the lower lot stuff. If you just keep it low to the hill, then it's
cool.
Almost like you're driving down the hill.
Which they do in at least one movie.
The Tokyo Drift, they do the back and forth, like start like turning down that windy road,
Yeah, the
going down
drift.
the mountain. Yes, the drifting part of the movie. Little known fact: there's drifting in Tokyo Drift. So yeah, like you
But
put some
there's no
street
Vin Diesel.
signs up. It's like test track. You just put a couple street signs up.
Speed limit, couple street signs. Done.
Yeah.
We're done. We're good.
For some reason, that weird 5G sign, a light up truck. We're good to go. You got yourself a coaster.
It's done. Yeah. I mean, it sounds fun. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like a fun coaster. I wish we got that instead of the. I don't really want it necessarily as another roller coaster in our park, but it's better than what we got for Fast and Furious. So
yeah, and I think this is going to be like their version of Velocicoaster, where it's going to change the skyline and it's going to add a fairly intense modern Intamin launch coaster, but like with if it has the drifting, if it has the rotation effect, then even something is slightly different than what we got. And just like our spaghetti bowl part, you can pack a punch into a small area, and this coaster possibly has a big area to work with.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, I don't know, up and down a hill. That all sounds fun too.
In a possible spike moment,
to scare you before you go down. Yay!
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, okay. So, what do you think will happen when they inevitably close Supercharged off the tram tour, claiming it's a success? So, like, we got 10 years with our new finale for the tram tour, and now it's off to new things.
New finale for Universal. I have no idea.
I think they should bring back Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, man. I don't know about that.
I'm going to keep making that joke because then people will Google it, find it on YouTube, watch it, and go, what? What is this? This existed?
Oh, man. I know that there's probably some outcry for older movies, but I'm trying to think of newer or current that would work. What is the newest movie they've released that's like been a hit, like a big hit?
Fast and Furious. Minions?
Minions? I don't want Minions.
More Fast and Furious. Spinoffs from Fast and Furious.
Spinoff of Minions? I don't.
Spinoff of Minions.
Yeah, I have no idea. Hopefully they go older at that point then.
They could they could use the 360 tunnel and just make it into a new thing. Or they could go back to just like Kong 360 being the only 360 because, it's becoming less special if all of the scenes on the tram tour are 360 tunnels. But I think they could tear it down. There's been a long-standing rumor that they tear that down and combine the space with the Falls Lake right next to it, which hasn't been used for filming in years, I don't think. Mm-hmm. Like in the Truman Show, when he butts up against the wall, they used to film things. They used to film in a tank, but now everything's green screen. You see, so we don't even need water anymore. Apparently,
never heard of it. Green screen. Yeah. Never heard of it.
Yeah, everything's in the volume these days.
Oh,
so
boy.
No, they don't even know what filming outside looks like anymore.
People
so they
go
might
outside.
The rumor.
Weird.
The rumor. That's why they don't have to worry about sound for filming. Everything's filmed in front of a green screen. Even if they're outside, they ADR it anyway.
They do.
I think it's funny. As an aside, we've gone completely full circle because like before the tram tour, the first Universal Studios
quiet
theme
on
park
the set.
was before sound pictures. You'd pay 25 cents for a bag lunch, sit in some bleachers and just watch them film silent movies, and it doesn't matter how loud you were because they were silent, so you just sit there eating a ham sandwich watching people crank a film camera. And then once they started making sound pictures, they're like, oh, I guess we're done with this. And then some guy's like, we could drive a tram around it. And to this day, it's still happening.
And every movie is 80 yards, so it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter. Now that nothing that is filmed is, if the director doesn't like the way you blinked in that scene, they will take the blink out digitally. Nothing is real. What were we talking about? Diagon Alley. They're going to build Diagon Alley down there at Falls Lake.
That was a long road to Diagon Alley. I'm just saying.
And it will be. That's why they're going to build the Hogwarts Express.
Yay!
So you can go from Hogsmeade to Diagon Alley on the train, and it's so far away that it's not that far away, but it's far enough away.
It's so far away
that you don't have to walk. I mean, it's not like 2 theme parks away, like ours is here in Orlando, but it is a giant U-turn away.
Is it also going to be a funicular?
I would assume so, but like I wonder if they have to change the scene, the way it looks, because the curve is the other way. I think
maybe
they'll just have to build it upside down.
They just flip the video around. It'd be fine.
No, don't make me cough. I'm gonna cough. No. I'm just picturing everyone sitting like strapped in the screen. All right, everyone, hold on. This is the time where we flip.
Oh man.
So we'll see. We'll see if that happens. It's a long-standing rumor. A lot of people like tell me it's happening, and I'm like, I don't believe you. It's the meme. Like, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I have that article about the Harry Potter license contract, and it does get renewed a lot. And every time it goes up for renewal, Warner Brothers, I just imagine them with like a cat on their lap, and they're just like petting it and going, do we renew? Do we? And they're like, well, we'll build another Harry Potter land. They're like, okay, we'll renew, thanks. And that's it. And it happens every 2 to 4 years.
That's ridiculous. That's
like they just opened Beijing. I think it's happening every 2 years, like a new Harry Potter land. And then we have Epic Universe opening. Yeah, so every 4 years we have Epic Universe opening with one, and then Hollywood's going to open Diagon Alley. It'll never end.
It's never ending.
Yeah, they like that butterbeer money.
Yeah, well, to be fair, the sets are pretty cool.
To be fair. No, I've said before, it's the filmmakers and the theme park designers at the height of their powers.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue with the locations and stuff. They always look good in the films, even if the plots aren't always the best in the newer ones. But
yes, and we're definitely not dancing around something. We're moving on.
Nope.
Moving
what are you talking about?
So other stuff. Since we talked about Diagon Alley, I think
we did.
If Diagon Alley was to happen in Hollywood, I bet you that would be like the last. Like that would take a while.
The last Diagon Alley.
No, well, yeah, probably. No, actually, Beijing might get it. They're building a second park in Beijing.
That's right. You just said that.
It never ends.
It really doesn't. It's never.
No, I think that might be like the last big expansion before the Olympics. But they have other things that are rumored, or I'm about to speculate about.
Rumored?
I'm going to call them rumored, but really I'm just making this up. I
don't believe that for a second,
there is
but okay.
Some evidence. Well, if I say it on the podcast, it becomes true.
That's what I'm saying.
It starts as me speculating and becomes, next thing you know, we have a Minion Cafe instead of the Monsters Cafe. I have to be careful what I say.
Monsters.
The Born Stuntacular is one that I think... we saw an Instagram post of someone was cloning. They were making more sets, or at least it's possible they were making duplicates of the sets. So
maybe they're replacing the ones that keep breaking down.
Ooh, burn!
I don't think it's the stunt people's fault.
The stunt people are amazing. Awesome. Yeah, so the same stunt people that do the Bourne show also do Waterworld. So it would be interesting to have two, like an indoor and an outdoor stunt show with the same stunt crew.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe that could be for 2025. We got Nintendo in 23. We got Fast and Furious roller coaster for 24. Maybe we have Born Stuntacular somewhere, not sure where, somewhere for 2025. The Mummy.
Don't say it.
The Mummy, Revenge of the Mummy is on borrowed time and has been since before the pandemic. I think that they were going to tear that down or at least gut it. I mean, this is the ET building?
Yeah.
Like this is the smaller Mummy.
At least it's not ours.
No, we have the Gooder. We have the big confrontation building.
The Gooder.
We have the Gooder Mummy. No, I think it's on borrowed time. I think that after the new Fast and Furious coaster opens, and they have an extra roller coaster, I think they can get rid of their OG indoor roller coaster and build something else.
Yeah, that sucks, but still, it's fine. It's
I
fine.
mean, we've mentioned this 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah,
We've always speculated on what we think it could be replaced with. We've been trying to think of what to gut the building and replace it with. At one time, we said like maybe the Monsters ride from Epic
yeah.
Universe.
Yes, please.
But that would be weird to have 2 Kuka arm attractions in the same park.
It's not weird. As long as it's a good attraction, who cares? Parks have more than one of the same type of attraction all the time. I don't really.
Yes, but
Don't yes but me. Opal didn't like it either.
I do think, speaking of Super Nintendo World, I think we mentioned this too. But I'm feeling more confident about it.
Pokemon? Zelda.
No. Well, maybe. No. Donkey Kong is coming to Hollywood. I'm putting my foot down. I'm saying it on the podcast. Therefore, it must be true. This is a rumor that goes back since forever.
Yes.
Since before they started building Super Nintendo World in Hollywood. And then when we realized we didn't see them building Donkey Kong, we're like, okay, I guess it might be for an expansion. But contractually, and this is a theory I have, but contractually, I think they might have to build Donkey Kong everywhere that has Super Nintendo World.
Well, that would be upsetting for all of us. That's so sad. I'm so sorry.
Are you being sarcastic?
Just a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like Donkey Kong. Maybe you're anti Donkey Kong. I don't know.
No, I'm excited for that. It'll be fun.
That's another one too. I think I talked about in a video a long time ago that like they might build Donkey Kong in Hollywood, and someone commented like they would never do an outdoor coaster. I'm like, it's Donkey Kong. It's gonna be barely a coaster.
It's fine.
It's a dark ride with some outdoor scenes. Come on. But then actually when they're building it now in Epic Universe, and some of those drops and tilts look pretty scary.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good ride.
It's like a small footprint, but it looks kind of, it's gonna be a weird feeling when you're on that like boomstick.
Boomstick? All right, Ash.
Groovy. So another one too, Zelda might be contractually obligated, although word is, again, I can't tell the difference between rumor or me making this up, but word is Japan may want Animal Crossing instead of Zelda.
But what if I want Zelda and for people to have their Pokemon because I don't care about Pokemon?
Well, Japan's getting Pokemon anyway, no matter what.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about the Nintendo contract, which is technically separate.
Yeah. Animal Crossing, come on.
Animal Crossing is it got us all through the pandemic closures.
Not me, but
it got us all through it, Ian. All of us.
I kind of want Zelda though. It's like nostalgia for me.
Well, that's why like us here in Orlando, when we have 3 theme parks, we can spread out our Nintendo offerings.
Yes,
and
please.
Places like Hollywood, it might be a little weirder.
Or even
weird. Japan, because like that's why we have rumors of Spider-Man being turned into Pokemon or whatever. It's like if they have to incorporate these different things, at least they were able to allocate the space for their Donkey Kong right there at Super Nintendo World. But
yeah.
If they were to have to build Zelda, I worry about Jaws. That's all I'm saying. I worry about Jaws.
Shh, poor Jaws.
But maybe an Animal Crossing could just take over Hollywood or something.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay.
Like
with
a little section of the street, just like turn it into Nook's Cranny Corner. Like you don't have to lose a whole ride for that. We'll see. We'll see.
That's cool. There'll be some good stuff for people though. Either way, Zelda would be awesome. I will be happy with Zelda.
And The Simpsons is going to be replaced
in Hollywood.
Here too, but in Hollywood for sure.
Well, here too eventually. When's that? When we were just talking about this contract, weren't we?
Well, and some people think 2027, some people think 2028, and we're talking about everything happening in Hollywood up until the 2028 Olympics. So, Simpsons is in that list.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there, but
that would give them a lot of room here in Orlando too.
I guarantee they'll use the same ride system and just put a new show in. I guarantee it.
That ride system is so old now.
99.7% sure that's what will happen.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that. We need something better, new and better.
You'd think that building would have shook itself apart by now, to be honest.
I mean, I got whiplash at Back to the Future, so now it's not. I don't even know how it's still standing.
Yeah,
I love that ride. I miss that ride.
I do not care for the Simpsons version very much.
It's all right.
It's fine. I just don't.
Exactly.
I don't
It's
love the
fine.
pre-shows enough to invest 30 minutes into having my head bashed around and smell
Well,
baby
no, man,
powder.
there's no more hasta la bye bye and stuff. It's all gone. All the fun pre-shows are gone.
Yeah. Why don't you make like a tree and get out of
Get out of
here?
here. Hmm.
I am trapped
Yeah.
like a rat in my own office. Oh, I miss Back to the Future.
Yeah. They had a little more charm.
I think that's all. I think that's all for Hollywood. It's
We get
like
stuff.
some. I think we have time to go into Orlando
We get
now.
stuff.
We have a Nintendo and a roller coaster
A
and
fun roller coaster
Donkey
from
Kong.
another fun roller coaster.
Oh, I forgot Born Stuntacular. Yeah, Born
Hmm.
Stuntacular, then Donkey Kong. So what? Donkey Kong by 2026. I think that could happen.
That could probably happen.
That's a good timing because it's opening in 2024 in Japan, then
Hmm.
2025 in Epic Universe in Orlando, 2026 in Hollywood. It's a good bang bang boom.
Wait, what's Epic Universe?
Uh, I believe it's a preview center. So, and then 2027 Simpsons replacement, and
Yeah.
2028 right in time for the Olympics. That uh, Boy Wizard expansion.
Boy Wizard. No idea what you're talking about. Luke Skywalker?
Wouldn't it be weird to be like a grown adult and trying to live your life, and they keep cloning and building attractions with like the child version of you
That would be kind of
forever?
creepy. It would be kind of creepy.
Forever. Like when he took that job, or
Forever.
his parents like signed a contract for him, it's like your image will be on shopping bags at theme parks for the rest of your. He'll be 50, and if we go to a theme park, we're like, "Hey, look, there's me when I was 12." How weird is
Oh,
that?
it's
If I
so
saw
creepy.
pictures of me when I was 12 everywhere I go, I would be just always sad.
It's
Always be
creepy.
sad. But then again, I wasn't starring in a huge film franchise, so I guess
Yeah, I'm sure the money makes it okay. I'm sure it helps a lot to deal with that.
I hope so.
Oh boy. Okay, you said we
So
could talk about Orlando. What's
Universal
happening in
Orlando. This is fun because the first like 6 things we're going to talk about
Orlando?
might get announced or open in the next 4 days till this goes out.
Okay.
Like everything I'm about to mention might be outdated by the time it airs, and then I'll have to like insert a little me from the future moment.
Oh boy. Okay. Let's see what happens. What do you got?
I just have this fear. It always. Well, the escape room,
Yeah.
the escape
Those are-
rooms in
mhm.
City Walk. The walls went down, and we can see the pretty signs, and
Uh-huh.
they have coming soon on the doors. That's supposed to. I guess the tickets are supposed to go on sale soon.
Really?
It's supposed to open late fall.
It looks good.
And it looks
saw the
neat.
picture,
It's
yeah.
got the Jurassic World and the Back to the Future. Someone posted on the forum. Someone posted a job hiring for a bar back, and we're like, "Wait, is there going to be a bar in the escape rooms?"
That would be awesome.
And I made the worst joke that I've ever made, and I said, "I'm going to need 1.21 gigashots to get through this escape room."
Man, I can't believe I missed that joke.
I'm glad I could share it here for everyone to hear how
Oh.
terrible it is.
Well, welcome to my life, everybody. This is great.
I haven't done one of those in a while.
Ah. Okay, that makes it better. The drums makes it better. Okay, we're good now.
So yeah, they're supposed to announce ticket information and pricing,
Uh-huh.
and they have not yet. So
We're gonna go do that, right?
they might have already done it. Future me? No. Okay.
No.
So the Hello Kitty store lost its license.
I'm just gonna refrain from bad jokes. Okay. So the Hello Kitty store can't drive.
She knows what she did.
So what? Any idea what's going in there?
Well, okay. I checked on it a year ago because
Mhm.
I was worried about it, and I took tons of video and pictures
Mhm.
all the way like Christmas time, so not a full year. And I noticed then that already like a third or like 40% of it was taken over by generic Universal merch, because the other half of that building, because it's connected, has like Betty Boop stuff,
Yeah.
and then there's like a little bit of mock celebrity jewelry, and then it's supposed to be Hello Kitty because you go through an arch, but like then it was just a bunch of like colorful Universal bags and shirts and things,
Okay.
and then you get to the Hello Kitty, so it was already like half not Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
One theory might be because they used to have a dessert case in there for Hello Kitty
Ooh.
snacks, which went away. Like they
That's
stopped
not cool.
doing Hello Kitty themed snacks and only had prepackaged candy. One
Snacks are
theory is it
yummy.
might get a clone of like the Studio Sweets or San
Hmm,
Francisco Candy Company type products in there.
that's kind of cool.
Which gets like, because the other one's kind of combined with the big store. This one might get more foot traffic to come in and buy candy.
That's pretty
So
cool.
essentially, what it already is generic Universal merch and more snacks. That's what I think.
That's weird because isn't the Universal Exit store right there too?
Oh, yeah, they're practically across from each
Yeah,
other.
that's just
You
weird.
can
But
never
okay.
have, but I'm telling you, they already have the hookup for the power to connect the sweets case. So
Yeah, of course.
that sounds like a plausible theory. Also on that street, the Brown Derby hat shop is getting a facelift.
Yeah,
And they're peeling off all of the chocolate coating.
It looks like when you open a Swiss Miss thing or a Funny Bones thing when you pull the wrapper and the chocolate
They
sticks
took
to
the
it.
awning completely down. I have no idea what's going on over there.
That's just weird.
That whole street, like there's permits for that block, but the building numbers for the whole block. So I'm not sure what it was for. However, it is clear that the wall between the former prop shop and the dark room is being knocked down. It's clear as in the windows are clear and you can see it happening. So, and we talked about in our last Universal News part, like our Parks News podcast, we talked about theories and that maybe it could be some kind of prelude to the preview, a preview to the preview center for Epic Universe.
Preview center.
Yes, it's a assistant to the regional manager.
It's a teaser trailer, is what it is.
Exactly. But now that they're knocking down a wall, instead of just like some logo merch and a couple pieces of concept art, I'm wondering if we might not get some kind of Nintendo store. Again, this could already be announced by the time this podcast comes out. But I would love to see Nintendo merchandise, Super Nintendo World merchandise attached to Epic Universe preview merchandise because they're related.
They are. Preview center. I really want the preview center.
I just want to buy a Mario hat.
I want to see the model so I can see monsters.
There's not the room in there for the model.
Come on. There's always room for monsters model.
Do you remember how they did the model in the IOA preview center when you walked in?
I don't remember.
It was like at a 90, it was like 80-degree angle.
Oh.
So it could be like on the wall, but it was slanted just slightly. And like, I'm looking at it going, I'm glad this stuff is all glued down. But like, it was a good way to fit it into the room is like, it's on the wall, but you have to have a really wide wall for that.
Well, they're knocking down a wall, so maybe that'll widen a wall.
It's not that tall.
Well, it doesn't have to be at 80 degrees. It could be at like 60 degrees.
We'd have to crawl on the model to get around.
I am fine with that.
No, I think the concept art we've already seen, and maybe some individual. I feel like they should show like the hub concept art. Like you don't even have to show the lands, because like then you would give away some of the different like themed attractions and things. If you just like showed us some close-ups of all the different restaurants in the hub, I think that'd be good enough for me.
That'd be cool.
I'll take what I can get.
Restaurants. Okay, what else we got?
Oh, have you ridden Revenge of the Mummy since it reopened?
I haven't gone over there. Every time
you haven't ridden it yet?
No, because every time we're doing something when we go there, I haven't been on it yet. I might.
It's my fault.
Yeah, I might sneak on there tomorrow.
Every time I went for like the first 2 weeks, it was broken.
Yeah. Well, it's probably going to be broken tomorrow because now I'm going to try to get on it, maybe.
I went the first day that it soft opened. It's still technically in soft open. I mean, technical rehearsal. They still have the board out there, and it's like no express passes. So,
just so they can turn it off whenever they want.
Well, yeah, because they're having issues. I rode it the first day, but then a couple weeks ago, I rode it 4 times in a row. I was like, it's working. It's still working. I'm going to ride it until it stops working.
Sounds horrible for you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's terrible. Just a quick rundown of what is different.
The things we do.
The speed of the first few scenes, anytime it's like tire drive, when it's like the dark ride scenes are slower. They move slower. Oh. And it reminds me of when the Spider-Man ride added 5 seconds to every scene. And it doesn't seem like much, but it was enough to like let the scene breathe a little.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like the dark ride scenes are a little bit more slow moving dark ride, and like it feels less like a coaster, and then it becomes more scary when it gets coastery.
That's cool. I like that because the first scene always, even the first scene when Reggie pops jumps out. It always felt a little rushed from what I
Well,
can
it
remember.
definitely is not rushed now. In
That's
fact, I
good.
think they had to loop the background sound in the first pre-scene when it's like wah, woo, wah, woo, woo, and there's a tiger growls like I can't mimic it, but you'll know it when you go on the ride and you're like, wait, she's right. It totally loops twice. There's like a shadow gag on the wall. Yeah, but the mummy himself is only working like half the time. They're having some serious issues, but he was working great the first time I wrote it. The bug scene is very different. They took away the little drop box.
There's no more bugs that fall out of the wall.
There's no more bugs that fall out of the wall.
What the heck?
It's just a new rendered screen of bugs.
Is that hole still there, or did they cover that?
No, they covered the hole with screen. The days of imagining the little like beetle elevator in the back is now gone. I can no longer imagine the cute little elevator bringing the bugs back up to the chute.
Weak.
There is no chute.
Shoot.
But the spray effect is timed properly now.
That's good. That's helpful.
Instead of watching it happen as you leave the scene.
That's helpful.
Also, the scene fades to black in a very realistic manner that almost makes it like when you start going backward, it feels like you're getting farther and farther away from it. And I thought that was really clever. I want someone to know I appreciate that.
That's cool. I like the little subtle things. They make a big difference. I can't wait to ride that.
There's new lighting effects in the launch. And all of the lights on the flashing flat stuff, the flats are still there, but the lights are all timed very, very well. And I think they've been redone or tuned up or something.
That's helpful. Opal doesn't like it, but that's good.
The only other timing thing that's weird, though, is in the fake out scene with the fire roof. Yeah. You start rolling into the last little drop before, like it used to be more like it would be pushed off. And now you're kind of like just slowly rolling into it.
A rolling start.
So he's like still talking to you from the little fake ride operator thing. And he's like, your souls are, and I'm like, hold on, we're leaving. Bye. And he's
maybe
like,
maybe not. Next time,
hold on, don't go yet. I'm not done. Hold on. Okay. All right. You're gone. It's fine. Like I'm still looking at the fire on the ceiling and I'm like, wait, are we moving? Okay. Bye, fire.
We're leaving.
Bye.
We're leaving.
There used to be that's another thing too. When all the mummies pop up in the treasure room, there's a new like sound because it's like they tried to fix it so that it's more reliable. So there's an air pressure thing and it's just like every single time it happens, the air pressure hoses explode into the loudest popping noise. And it's like, whoa. Just imagine that, but like popping your ears. It's so loud. Oh yeah, and Brendan Fraser and the cup of coffee is still there.
Yay!
Okay, so
that makes my soul happy.
There, now we've covered that. See? Minions attraction replacing Shrek 4D's got some construction going on. The stand grew. I haven't put it out yet, but I just finished editing that video, and I have tentatively titled it "The Minions Stand Grew Attraction." And I'm like, should I put this in the title? Is anyone going to know what the heck I'm talking about? Like I mentioned it in the video, but like, is anyone going to click on the video to even know what I'm saying?
That's pretty funny.
Is it weird enough to get clicks?
It's probably very weird enough to get clicks.
I'm going to release it that way, but within like half an hour, if no one watches it, I'm going to change it. So if you're listening to this now and it doesn't say stand grew, it's because I chickened out.
We'll see. We're going to find out now.
They have not announced that unless, hold on, Future Me? No, okay,
no,
good.
Okay.
And they have not announced the Minion Cafe taking over Monsters Cafe yet, which technically we don't even know for sure is happening.
No, we just assume.
It's a pretty safe assumption.
Yeah, the Minions mini area.
And wish I mentioned that. I made so many puns in that video. I wish I had thrown Minions Miniland.
The Minions Miniland.
How did I not mention that?
It's because I wasn't there. That's why.
I went to the park and I got all these shots of like, that's right, there's a Minions ride, swoosh, across from a Minions ride. And the new gift shop will be swoosh, across from the other gift shop.
The Minions land.
Yeah, I kind of wish that the Halloween Horror Night stuff wasn't all in the way. I went to look at my old footage from before Shrek closed, and there's also Halloween Horror Nights trusses and stuff in the way. So all my footage has Halloween Horror Nights trusses in the way when I'm doing these swoosh shots.
Oh boy.
It just depends if it's last year when Shrek was open or this year when the Minions is being built. The Minions land.
Minions.
Do we have time for Epic Universe?
That's up to you.
It's a lightning round. It's an Epic Universe lightning round.
And go. Wait.
What?
We can go lightning around, but only if there's things that I got right for a change. Okay, ready to go.
That's half of what we'll talk about.
Yay! Things I got right for a change. All right.
We got our hands on some new site plans from the permitting office at Orange County, and they do confirm some theories and some changes. So like the Monsters coaster, we can see what the building will look like when it's completed, as opposed to the theater that they were building there. And it does look like it has very little inside, and most of it is outside. I'm not even sure if the one part is like, is it shown as a structure? It doesn't say it's a building. So I'm not even sure if the one part we think is inside, it's called Scene 2 in the plans. I'm not even sure if that's inside or not. It's like the launch in the middle of the land.
It's got to be. So it's got to be when we turn into a werewolf. Than
the rest of it. It has a very like thick base. Monsters Coaster is all about that base. No trouble.
Right. Yeah, that's got to be where we all turn into a werewolf, right? We're gonna howl at the moon and take off.
Yeah, I like my Incredible Hulk theory. Not because it's like crazy fast that shoots you out and puts you upside down, but the idea that like you get Hulkified on that launch. This one you'll get werewolfified.
I want to be a werewolf.
You are a werewolf.
I know. Basically, I know.
Basically. We got a site plan for the hotel that shows a future parade building for Epic Universe. It's right behind the Monsters Land.
That's cool.
This is something that like we've heard about since before the park was announced, that there would be a way to do a parade, but it wasn't going to be planned at the start. And seeing it in the plans as future parade building, and it's like little dashed lines like, this is where it will be someday. And it connects with a little backstage road to the back loop. So if we were ever wondering where the parade would go, it would go around either just the top fountain or the top fountain, and the head and the body of the snowman, but not the butt. Not the legs of the snowman.
Just the head and the abdomen.
Yes, the thorax of the snowman.
Good. That's good. That's good. That's much better.
The snowman thorax. It's an ant. We could have easily have called it an ant this whole time.
Snow ant?
Oh, the hotel. This is something you got right.
Yay! I like when I get
in the documents for the hotel at the back of the park. It does say there will be a rooftop bar.
Yay, bars!
And
rooftop bars are my favorite.
It's funny when we have like rumors and information and we talk about it, and sometimes we'll even pretend that we're speculating, but this was actual speculation. You just straight up guessed it.
Yay!
Because we zoomed in 2019 in August. We zoomed in on that art and got into the nitty gritty. And you're like, that looks like a bar on the roof.
It does. It still does. I looked at it again. That's so awesome. I'm glad they're doing that.
Right next to Aladdin.
That'll be. That'll have some cool views. Like Bar 17 is awesome enough. I can't imagine what this is going to look like. This is going to be great.
I don't have it in front of me. How many seats was it? It was like 200 and something.
Something.
It was pretty sizable.
I'm into it. I'm stoked. I'm excited.
That wasn't the only thing you got right, though, because you also, I think in that same episode, you kept saying, I think that's the windmill from Frankenstein.
It had to be. As soon as you said,
And I'm sitting here like, this is back when I thought the land was based on Dracula and like Transylvania or something.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I'm saying like, well, why would they have Dracula's castle and the windmill from Frankenstein? And you're like, well, maybe it's like a hodgepodge lands with different like monster stuff. And like, maybe the theaters, if you said maybe the theater's werewolf, you're like, you've got to be psychic because that actually was where Wolfman.
No, I don't remember. I don't even remember anything than being like,
we'll have to go to the receipts. But you did say windmill. And it is the windmill.
Yay! And what's in the windmill?
Fire.
Yeah.
We still don't know if it's going to burst into flames like every 15 minutes like the Diagon Alley dragon, or if it's just constantly always on fire. But the gas permits do say special effect fire line for the gas line. No,
that's
we
awesome.
Did on themeparks.com. That's theme park with an X. themeparx.com. Someone posted interior like concept art for the windmill, and it looks like a lounge. So like we've been calling it a quick service. I mean, although there is a cheeseburger on the bar. So
Yay.
technically it is a quick service,
It
but it
still could be a
also
quick service
is a
bar.
lounge. I mean, it's pub food. It's pub
To be
food.
fair, though, even when we called it a quick
fair.
service, we were saying that there's going to be beer. So
We knew, yeah, you wanted beer and pretzels.
beer and pretzels. That's what I thought was going to be in there. So I was not too far off.
Ever
Pretty
since
close.
August of 2018, you've been demanding beer and
Beer and
pretzels.
pretzels.
And you finally got at least a beer confirmed. There is a lounge inside the windmill. But the other one, the file name for the image is Steakhouse.
Yay.
And it has
With
like
the
a bunch
pun.
it has a bunch of like weapons and like the crossbow from
Van Helsing.
Van Helsing, and
But
there's
get
like
it, kids, steakhouse, like
right,
to kill a Dracula.
Stake Steakhouse.
Yay.
If you Google that, though, I found old blueprints for a steakhouse restaurant at Universal Studios Hollywood
That's
in like
pretty cool.
1982.
That's pretty cool.
So this is actually an old idea. Like they've been trying to get this pun into a Monsters themed restaurant for 30, 40 years now.
Good puns never die.
Yeah.
Apparently.
This, I don't know if this is outdated though, because there's a big tree with carvings of all the monsters into the tree, and that was a motif in the older version of the land.
Yeah, I remember that tree.
The tree is in the old version of the land, and it's not in the new version. So there was like slides for kids and stuff in this tree. It was a weird, demented land.
That is weird. They're
It
like,
didn't make sense.
don't worry, kids. It won't be that scary. Please come in.
Yeah. Come play in our spooky tree playground with monsters carved into it.
It's fine. It's fine.
But now you can dine around the spooky tree with monsters carved into it. Sure.
That's fine. That's cool. I'm fine with that too.
At the steakhouse. I don't know if it was it's got to be quick service because I think we saw the queue in the plans, but
kind of like a
Leaky Cauldron.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It looks exactly like
Three Broomsticks.
I know, I did too.
Right.
I did too.
Like,
It's similar.
It's not
it's
right.
similar, but it's not the same. The Leaky Cauldron looks like the same type of layout as this one, so maybe it's just it's like a hybrid. It's an upscale quick service.
Upscale fancy quick service. Okay.
Fancy quick service. I mean, Toad's Cafe is like that too.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you get to sit and wait for your food, that's fine with me.
Instead of a magic candlestick, it's it's a steak. It's just a bloody steak.
I'm fine with that.
With like a number on it.
That.
Like you take it to the table and just stab it right into the table.
What if it's a little coffin? That's kind of fun too. Like a mini
I swear,
coffin.
if you're right with a little coffin, in 3 years, I'm going to have to play back this episode.
Oh, man. I'm not going to get that lucky.
2 years and 8 months from now, and we're like, well, you're right. It's a little coffin with a number on it. Look at that.
Oh, boy. That would make sense on a steakhouse, though. But the steak seems more fun.
Oh, another site plan for the Wizarding World land proves a lot of things, like that the land is still definitely based on Wizarding Paris and Place Cachet, and that the VR attraction building is gone.
Goodbye. Yeah, it's just a wall and a door now, right?
Right. And it's funny because I put out a video a week before I got my hands on this site plan, and I said it looks like they might be building the facades because they were like starting to install the groundwork for the bases of these facades. And I'm like, well, maybe they won't build the building behind it. And then I get the site plan and I'm like, oh, look, they're building the facades without the building. So I wish I had that a week ago. I would have put it in the video.
That's pretty cool.
And then Screamscape reported some rumors that seems to confirm everything we talked about 5 months ago for the Ministry of Magic attraction, including that it would use the Spider-Man scoop vehicle, but it goes up and down. Although he didn't point out that like Transformers does already do that.
It does.
So I think it's going to be very similar to that, except that we'll know we're going up and down. So that's my theory.
That's fine. That's cool.
And that Umbridge would be the bad guy, and that's one that I guessed. That was yours.
Yeah, that was a really good guess.
I guessed that so long ago.
That was a really good guess.
I was like, we already got Voldemort. No one's scared of Voldemort. He's kind of adorable. Yeah, Umbridge is the real villain.
Umbridge is terrifying.
I believe in it was 2019? It might have been even earlier. I said that Dolores Umbridge is the scariest movie villain in the history of film. That's what I said.
Yeah, that's valid. It's very valid.
So, because I know she was going to be the villain in the trackless version, in the older version. I haven't heard yet that she's going to be the villain in the final version, but it makes sense that they would just transpose the existing ride concept into a new ride system.
Yeah, of course.
She's going on trial. So everything in my video should be accurate. Just if anyone hasn't watched to the very end, that's when I actually say, but now it's a Spider-Man vehicle. I think people turn it off. I look at the stats and I'm like, oh no, they stopped at elevator. No, guys, there's another one after elevator. It goes to Spider-Man vehicle.
Always listen to the end.
I also said it would have animatronics similar to Jurassic World Adventure. I wasn't trying to give away everything, but there might be that chasing effect from Jurassic World Adventure.
Gonna start dropping prizes, ways to win prizes at the end to see if people listen all the way to the end.
Well, we're at the end of this podcast, and if anyone's what else did I want to mention? Oh, the only other thing I wanted to say is stop guessing that the park's going to open early. It's going to open in 2025. just I don't want anyone to get their hopes up. I know it's moving really, really fast, but trust me.
But I'm still betting on 2025.
It's going to take a lot longer to put the finishing touches on this stuff. They're going to want to be testing these rides for months.
They're going to let us in to test them, right?
Yeah, right. Sure. I've already talked about there's been extensions for permits in Super Nintendo World the last few months.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then I think that's from supply chain issues. I think they're still waiting on certain things.
Yeah, I also think people are forgetting the fact of like it's going to be hyper themed. It's just not going to be like the other parks that we've seen built. It's going to be like Diagon Alley but a whole entire place. So it's going to be insane. It's going to take a lot of work.
We're talking Tokyo Disney Sea level of theming for everything in the hub. And that's why they have to build it so fast, because it's going to take twice as long to theme it.
Exactly. I was going to say like the basics are going to go fast, and then it's going to slow down, I think, a little bit. They're probably still going to go pretty quick, but it's going to slow down a little bit.
There is a hiring frenzy, I think, going on in fabrication houses right now.
Oh, I'm sure.
In Orlando. So they're getting to that stage. What hasn't already been I'm sure the Super Nintendo World stuff is sitting in a warehouse somewhere, but yeah, I'm excited.
I'm stoked. I can't wait. It's gonna be good.
Okay, that was everything on the list. Did you want to plug the thing you haven't actually started yet, but you will? So fourth dimensionally speaking, you should have one out by now?
I don't know if it's gonna be out by now, but it'll be out this week. I'm going to do at least the intro, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do the intro separate or not. We're going to do
hold on. What's it called?
I'm going to do a little spin-off here called ParkStop, and then Joel came up with the name and gave me then I took the idea from there kind of loosely. So thanks, Joel. I can't believe you're leaving me.
Because what accounts you've already...
ParkStop Shorts everywhere.
ParkStop Shorts?
Yep, because that's what it's called.
On Instagram and the TikTok?
And the TikTok and the Twitter.
Yeah, I'm going to have to download the TikTok and the Twitter. I did not realize that.
I did the Twitter too.
Okay. So you can post it to those, and then we'll put them on the second channel if I can figure out YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, if I can. I have to figure this stuff out too. They're just going to be really quick. We're not going to like overproduce them or anything like that. It's just going to be quick reviews on like beer and booze related things, including food. So, and it's not going to be just in the theme parks. I'm going to try and do some local places too. So, and there will be people coming and going. I will get Alicia on there at least once.
We should have reviewed all three of the drinks when we first went to the Dead Coconut Club. We tried all three of the drinks. Remember those?
We can go back. It's fine.
Can we?
We can. Aren't we? Are we
My
going to go back?
eardrums are still blown out. I'm so old.
Yes,
we go to these places, and at 9 the DJ starts, and I'm like, is it loud in here? I can't hear anyone.
But it was so fun. We met Brian and other people there.
We did have fun. Yes. We had a blast.
It was great. I had a lot of fun. We got to go back because it's closing, right? So we have to go one more time. I need my fix.
I suppose. I missed the rooftop bar, though.
Oh, yeah. We're going to go to Bar 17 because we got to go say hi to Buddy, and I have to have Buddy make his drink so we can review that officially.
I like how my review is going to just always be a Cosmo. And I'm trying the Cosmo again.
Alicia's on again trying a Cosmo at this place.
I guess if it's different, they did have a different one at Bar 17. They had their own. So I can compare it to their normal one.
So if you guys are interested, look out for the intro to that.
Shorts. ParkStop Shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And we did the National Park Stop that Alex always talks about. You go to the national parks.
And then drink a beer. Okay.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.